Hey everybody, I am back with the second video log. Gonna answer some of your questions today that I promised to do. I know it's been a little while here, but been a little bit busy doing some things, writing some new music, making a trip up to Minnesota, where I'm from, to sing at a wedding with one of my new songs that you guys will be hearing soon. And other than that, let's get started on some of the questions. I also wanted to mention that if I do not answer your question specifically, I'm going to write a written comment on that last video answering all the questions. So if you didn't get yours answered here, check back for that, and it'll be answered there. So here we go. Musical influences, it's kind of a tough one actually for me, because most of my music is a lot different really than anything I listen to. I started out listening to a lot of the classic rock that my parents had, things like Aerosmith, AC/DC, Styx, just things like that, and kind of got into rock music along the way. Even some of the harder rock stuff. One of my favorite bands is Seether. So where my stuff comes out, I'm not really sure because it's a lot different than that. But lately, I've been listening to a lot of more acoustic things. I like Matt Nathanson a lot. I like Rob Thomas. I've liked Matchbox 20, Goo Goo Dolls, things like more on the acoustic rock side of things, and so I would say that's probably having an influence on my writing a bit. Other than that, I can't really explain where my sound has come from exactly from what I listened to when I was younger. But I think it's still a mix of kind of the rock side of things for lyrics and then the softer acoustic thing that I've been listening to lately. So that's my best guess for that. Hobbies or interests, other than music, would be pretty much sports mainly. I like to watch sports. I have since I was younger. I played quite a few different sports when I was young, up until about the middle of high school, when I started getting more focused on music at that time. But up until then, really liked a lot of sports. Right now I'm playing hockey in a kind of a men's league type thing on weekends. That's a lot of fun, kind of something I've been looking forward to since I was younger, and finally got to do it. That now, favorite sport is definitely hockey, and I like Minnesota Wild, Minnesota Golden Gophers hockey. And as far as other sports, big Vikings fan for football, and I like college football as well. I pretty much will watch any sport. It doesn't really matter what it is. Other interests other than that would be, I'm into cars quite a bit. I like to just learn about a lot of different cars, and I also happen to like to wash vehicles and detail them. It's something that most people would think I'm crazy about, but I like to have my vehicle looking nice. So that's pretty much my interest other than music. Growing up, I'm from a really small town, about 1,200 people, so if you've ever been to a town like that, you can pretty much imagine that there's not a whole lot going on there, and that's true. I've got two younger brothers, so we pretty much made our own fun just playing football or baseball or whatever. And that's pretty much what it was growing up. As far as music goes, I started that very early on singing. My kindergarten teacher kind of noticed that I might have had a little bit of an interest in singing, and I told her I kind of did, and so it turned out that during my kindergarten graduation, so I was 5, I sang the national anthem for everybody, and that's pretty much when it started. So up until after that, I did piano lessons for 2nd grade through about 9th grade, and I started guitar shortly after that. been playing guitar now for about 7 years or so. So that's pretty much my musical background and where I came from. I started writing my own music when I was a freshman in college, I believe. So that's about 6 years ago. I had started guitar, like I had mentioned, going into my senior year of high school, and just pretty much practiced and tried to figure out how to do it all on my own, watch some videos online and things like that. And it took a lot of practice to get there, but once I felt comfortable with quite a few different chords, I figured I might as well start trying something on my own. And my first song was one called Inside of Me. It's pretty much just a 3-chord thing, really easy, and obviously not my best work, but that's where you start out when you're a writer. And so that's my first song, and it's just continued on from there. Inspirations for songs, that's probably the most difficult question to answer by far. When you're a writer, there's just so many things that you can be inspired by if you just open up your ears, open up your mind to things going on around you. When I started writing, it was mainly just kind of the thoughts inside my head and the feelings that I was having that I really didn't have any other way of expressing to people. And so I kind of put that into music, and it's a safe place for yourself, and it's a place where you can go to have something of value. Even if nobody ever hears the music, when you start out, you feel like it's something very personal to you. And so that's pretty much where I started. It was just things going on in my head, going on around me. And as I've grown writing, I think I've started to take other people's stories and make them into songs, really listen to just people in general, what they have to say, and sometimes you might hear something that's really interesting or a story that really touches you, and you can put that into your music. So I think it starts out a lot of the time just from a phrase I hear, or it could be an entire story that I hear, or it could be something still going on inside that I feel like I need to get off my chest. And sometimes it can just be chords on a piano or 4 chords on a guitar that really spark some inspiration in your head. It's kind of just really a magical thing that I don't really know how to explain, other than it's just kind of there sometimes, and you got to use it when it's there. So that's what I have to say about inspiration. Alright, those were the answers to the questions that I picked out from you guys. And like I mentioned before, make sure to check back on that last video, the first video log, and I will answer all of the other questions in written form and try and get to all those. So check that out. I'm also going to be doing a video soon for What About Me. The last one that I did obviously was from about 2 years ago, and it didn't have any of my recording stuff in there, and I want to get you guys a download of that song. So I'm going to be working on that. I've got 2 more songs to unveil for the EP, and those will be coming up in probably a couple weeks. I don't want to do them all at once, but the EP is still moving along, and I'm still working on that. I hope to have that out still by the end of this year. I'm really hoping for that. So thanks for all the support once again, and thanks for watching.